you can only feed one person at a time. And so try your best and extend love to people. Little drops of water, they say, make a mighty ocean. You feed one person, you feed another, you feed another, and then by the time you realize you have fed 100 people. And so let us ensure that love leads us in all that we do. Let us ensure that we have an abundance of love in our hearts to give, and so doing, we would be spreading love across and making a very great difference. Let's set out to do the little things, and the little things will all come together into the very big thing. And so Mother Teresa reminds us that in life we cannot do great things. We can only do small things with great love. If you can't feed 100 people, just feed one. And so this is our quote for the day. We have a lot for you today on the show. But even before we go through it, I remind you that we're streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube. The page is ABC News GH. If you have not subscribed to our pages yet, please do. Please like the page and turn on post notifications. That way, whenever we are live, you will be notified, and then you can enjoy all that we have for you on ABC News GH. Additionally, interact with us via our socials at ABC News GH _ at ABC News GH _ and our website is www.abcnewsgh.com www.abcnewsgh.com. We'll bring you the newspaper headlines this morning. Take a look at what the newspapers are reporting, and then we'll look through all of the conversations we have for today. Yesterday, the Chieftaincy Minister Ahmed Ibrahim took his turn at the Government Accountability Series. He says that government has spent about 5 billion Ghana cedis as released as common fund to MMDs in 2025, compared to what was released in 2024, 362 million Ghana cedis. He calls it quite paltry or woeful, and says that it goes to show government's commitment to our local assemblies. He also says that government has tripled allowances to paramount chiefs and queen mothers from 1,000 Ghana cedis to 3,000 Ghana cedis. On that, many people have raised concerns that really do our chiefs and our paramount chiefs and queen mothers need 3,000 cedis a month. They believe that they are okay in their own right, and so those monies should be directed elsewhere. Many have raised concerns about teachers who have not been paid and have been lamenting for the past 14 months. And so governments could have directed those monies into that for better use. Well, we'll look at that today on ABC in the morning. We'll turn our attention to Angloga, where the people in Fuveme in Angloga and its environs have really been hit by tidal waves. Over 100 communities have been affected. This is a very worrying situation. It will not be the first time conversations about tidal waves have come up. All of these coastal crises, these people who live across the coastal lines, they have been suffering. Their lands are being submerged by water. Local authority has also initiated some emergency response, but residents are calling on government to do better by them. Otherwise, they risk losing all that is very dear to them. We'll also take a look at our energy sector. Electricity Company of Ghana has released quite a long statement, and they had a press conference. We'll take a look at that. We'll speak with the PRO of the Ministry for Energy. There are some challenges we are facing as a nation. I don't know where you live at this point, but a lot of people are experiencing intermittent power outages. Some of them last for very long periods, some about 5 hours, some 6 hours, some even up till 12 hours. It's quite a worrying situation. Myself, coming to work this morning, I did not have my lights on right from yesterday up until I was leaving at dawn. My lights were not on. I could see to a very large extent, a lot of people did not have their lights on. These are concerns that a lot of people are faced. And so many are calling for the Energy Ministry to release a timetable, ECG, release a timetable so that we will know that whether we are in doomsday or not. But if you take your time and you go on social media, you'd see conversations, pockets of conversations here and there about intermittent power outages. Well, we'll do well to speak with the Energy Ministry, find out what is happening and what more they are doing. We have a lot for you on the show today. ABC News GH has a new sports show on our network. We'll talk about it just a little bit so that you too can enjoy what we have. And my favorite part of the show, Ghana Speaks, where your voice matters and your voice alone we would love to hear. 0539161609 is the number you would call when it is time, when we open the phone lines, so that you can share your thoughts on all the conversations we will be having here today on the show. Again, I thank you so much for joining me this morning. If you're on your way to work, have a safe trip to work. If you're already at work, I wish you the best of the day. Thank you to the technical and production crew for putting together today's show. This is ABC in the morning. After this break, we begin with the newspaper headlines. Do stay.
Playing for your country, easy. Scoring, easy. Winning, easy. You know what be easy now? Kivo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Aye easy. It gets everything inside. Gary, creamer, sugar, roasted granules. Just add water. Sharp my soakings make ready. Taste and energy. Made easy. I'm a match winner, but the real champion is Kivo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Champion taste.
Also available strawberry, coconut, and chocomore. This advert is FDA approved.
Some things never change when it comes to feeding your family. You choose what you trust. For generations, Gino has delivered the same dependable quality every time. Thick, red, rich. Gino truly cares. This advert is FDA approved.
Welcome back. You're still watching ABC in the morning here on ABC News GH. Let's take a look at the newspapers. This is the Daily Guide. CSOs criticized over natural resource destruction silence. Intimidation can't break NPP. And this is Baumia, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, to government. Nigerian grabbed for operating brothel. Wontumi gets another chance to file witness statement. And this is on the front page of the Daily Guide. On the publisher, Demo rocks Adamus mining. Lands Minister urged to act. Lands Minister urged to act. Government raises chief's pay by 300%, from 1,000 to 3,000 Ghana cedis. Bamia to Mahama, stop harassing critics. Stop harassing critics. And court allows Wontumi to file witness statements. This is the publisher. The Dispatch: NDC will split votes with NPP in Ashanti in 2028 elections. And this is Esiedun Ketia, the chairman of the NDC. He says that the NDC will split votes with the NPP in the Ashanti region in 2028 elections. With the approval of President Mahama, 19 senior police officers promoted. 19 senior police officers have been promoted. 151 years of legal excellence, Ghana's king of law and voice of justice, Mr. Chachuchi Kata. And that is the Dispatch reporting that. Daily Graphic: government boosts power supply capacity, 2,500 transformers being installed nationwide. Asante-Hene honors President Mahama, 2 former presidents with gold medal. VVU proposes tuition support for private tertiary students. Our Valley View University is proposing that. Okay, that is the Daily Graphic. The Chronicle: Nzima youth kick against illegal mining by foreign nationals on Adamu concession. Nzima youth are saying that. And AG asks court to convict Wontumi. The Attorney General has asked the court to convict Chairman Wontumi, the Ashanti Regional Chairman of the NPP. Government rolls out Operation Keep the Lights On to stabilize power supply. Yes, we actually need the lights on, please. We have to endure the heat, and it's unbearable. So yes, please keep our lights on. We'll be so grateful for that. News Guide Africa: peace over precedent. Muyad issues urgent unity plea ahead of Wesley Girls' verdict. And fuel price relief: a cushion for consumers, a burden for industry. NSA, National Service Authority, slashes payroll by 900 million Ghana cedis after massive ghost name cleanup amid renewed mandates. And GCB Bank declares 1 Ghana cedi dividend as growth surges. Nine jostle for NPP General Secretary role. Party faces tests of direction in opposition. Well, the 9 are on the front page. We'll see how many of them make it onto the ballot for the NPP elections. Prime police car thief begs judge, help me join the police service. Dr. Jinapo begs for calm over mass transformer replacement. Mahama kills off NPP Jandam attacks, says motorbikes key to reaching remote communities. The Inquirer: KGL delivers again, pays 153 million Ghana cedi to GRA. Supreme Court at 150. Government reaffirms support for judiciary. KGL Foundation assists OT Regional Hospital. The Archives: tension in NPP over push to change minority leadership. Feeding crisis hits SHSs nationwide. Chas threatens shutdown over feeding and 7-month arrears. Wife slashes husband with razor blade. Stakeholders told to rethink real estate beyond land and buildings. And Mahama applauds speedy works on Tamale Cardiology Center. B and FT: CSO's call for reforms to strengthen MIF. Bank of Ghana targets diaspora billions for bonds, SMEs, and infrastructure. Oyster agribusiness deepens rural push with farmer awards and new growth plans. And B&FT commits to results-driven support for YEF winners. The overseer, when opportunity comes, prioritize NDC youth. This is Okai Minta urging appointees. Stephen Donko set to contest for NDC Deputy General Secretary. Richard Class Peters elected Grasag President at 30th National Congress. Okay, congratulations. And battle for NDC Deputy Communication slots. 5 names emerge. The catalyst, resetting local governance. Mahama pours billions into districts as new performance regime takes hold. The Daily Banner, Ghana's democratic credentials under attack. This is Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. Nzema residents protest over Adamu's resources operations. And the land minister has been urged to intervene. Old Tafo MP raises red flags over NPRA sole-sourced contracts, and Baumia engages Ken A. Japan. The Spider, MIF opens books to watchdogs, invites CSOs to tighten oversight of Ghana's mineral wealth. Ahwenyo Markin given ultimatum over threat to judiciary. Break. Semse petitions Yoko. We had that conversation yesterday over fuel diversion, data manipulation. ADB MD Lot GEPA over non-traditional export initiative. And national security operatives run amok, beat ex-cop to pulp. And there's a book review in there on the Daybreak. You should get the newspaper and read that. That is all for the newspaper headlines. These are the stories the newspapers are telling us, bringing to our attention. We'll take a break and return with more on the show. Do stay.
Never change when it comes to feeding your family. You choose what you trust. For generations, Gino has delivered the same dependable quality every time. Thick, red, rich. Gino truly cares. This advert is FDA approved.
Imagine a sport without rules, a game without passion, an arena without chance. What drives the champions? What fuels the rivalry? What separates the winners from the rest in the world of sports?
Eugene Soti, your chief data guy on the Talking Point. On the African Tracker, I'll break down the performance of your favorite African players abroad, scrutinizing every detail and exploring the nuances and rules governing the game.
Meet us in your area for Area Take as we plug into sports perspective and hear your thoughts on every play of the game.
I'm James Makion, your go-to expert for everything local. I'll review the fixtures from the locker room to the pitch and from the management to the fans. I've got you covered.
Oh la la! Don't miss out on the double excitement. It's a fun pack, pulsating and complete wrap of everything in sports, from boxing to football, tennis, NBA and more. Sports World on ABC as every Wednesday from 7 to 8 p.m. Sports World on ABC. Sports beyond borders.
You're welcome back. You're still watching ABC in the morning live here on ABC News GH. Across the country, many people are affected by intermittent power outages, even resorting to calling on ECG to release a timetable to ease the burden on people, because you're not sure when your lights will go off. At any point in time, your lights could go off and it could come back in the next 5 minutes, or it could even prolong till 12 hours later, really causing a lot of inconvenience for the regular Ghanaian. The regular Ghanaian is unable to plan so much because you would lose something. You could go to bed, your lights are on, wake up and your lights are out. Your freezer, your fridge, all the ice in your freezer would be melting. And if you don't take care, your food could go bad. Well, the Electricity Company of Ghana has declared that it is setting up an investment program. An investment program of 346 billion Ghana cedis, aimed at restoring reliability in power supply. They call it Operation Keep the Lights On. They say that this Operation Keep the Lights On will focus mainly on the distribution segment of power chain or the power chain, knowing that that is the most affected area. It is the most affected area. But how realistic is this? How are they able to solve our issues in the shortest time? Because that is what the Ghanaian people need. An issue that will be solved very, very, very quickly. Yesterday, the ECG boss, Engineer Pekpena, spoke on this. He acknowledged the impact of all of these on and offs on the Ghanaian. Anytime the lights go off, you get worried because say you are not home and the lights are it's just fluctuating. It's on, it's off, it's on, it's off. There's a very high probability that your appliances will be affected. You'll be affected greatly on this. And so this is the new direction of ECG. But there are calls and concerns about the depletion of prepaid units. That, well, if ECG says they are going to work on this, we also have to see the effects in our pockets. Because even with the lights off, lights on, lights off, lights on, prepaid units is also still getting finished at regular time. Some customers or consumers have noticed it. So ECG says Operation Keep the Lights On, with an investment of 346 billion Ghana cedis. There's a long statement. I'd love to read that to your hearing so that you would appreciate ECG's decision, ECG's direction at this point. ECG says, we are grateful for your presence here today and welcome this opportunity to speak directly to the Ghanaian public on a matter that affects the everyday lives of our valued citizens. While power supply across most parts of the country has remained relatively stable, we are fully aware that some communities within the operational areas of the Electricity Company of Ghana, ECG, continue to experience intermittent outages and low voltage. We recognize the inconvenience and disruption these challenges impose on households, businesses, healthcare facilities, and educational institutions. Let me assure you that we do not take these concerns lightly. For too long, our focus has been disproportionately placed on improving generation and expanding transmission infrastructure. While those efforts are important and commendable, they tell only part of the story. Electricity does not end its journey at power plants or along high voltage lines. Its true value is realized only when it is reliably delivered to homes, businesses, schools, and hospitals. The final step, the distribution network, has not received the attention it urgently deserves. In response, we have undertaken a thorough and detailed assessment of the situation. This has enabled us to identify the root cause of these localized challenges and culminated in the development of a comprehensive targeted roadmap to address them. The moment we are facing did not arise overnight. It is the result of years, indeed decades, of underinvestment and poor planning on one of the most critical segments of our electricity supply chain, the distribution sector. Over the years, we have built the capacity to generate more power and strengthen the backbone that carries it across long distances. Yet, we have neglected the very system responsible for delivering the power to the end user. Aging infrastructure, overloaded feeders, inadequate maintenance, and limited investment in modern technologies have weakened the distribution network. The result is inefficiency, frequent outages, technical losses, and an unreliable power supply that undermines economic growth and public confidence. This press conference has two purposes. First, to explain the structural and operational factors that have contributed or are contributing to the current supply challenges. Second, and most importantly, to outline in concrete terms what ECG is doing and what we have committed resources to do to restore a stable, reliable power supply The statement goes on and on and on, talks about the challenges we face. The electricity reliability challenges confronting Ghanaians today stem from multiple intersecting pressures, from some operational, and some financial, and we owe it to the public to be candid about each of them. 1. Overloaded distribution infrastructure. A significant portion of ECG's distribution network, including transformers, cables, and substations, has exceeded its designed thermal limits. Over the years, rapid urbanization and population growth have placed enormous additional demand on a network that has not been upgraded at a commensurate pace. The result is widespread overloading, particularly during peak periods, which leads to frequent faults, low voltage conditions, and supply interruptions. The scale of the problem is evident in the rising number of failed distribution transformers. In 2023, ECG lost 834 distribution transformers across the ECG distribution networks. That number rose to 1,064 in 2024. Of those, only approximately 300 of the damaged transformers were replaced by 2025. The remaining failed transformers meant that affected customers had to be transferred to adjacent transformers, further exacerbating the overloading of those units and causing a cascading deterioration in the quality and reliability of supply. 2. Damaged and rotting poles. The low voltage and high voltage distribution networks contain a substantial number of deteriorated wooden poles that are structurally compromised. These poles pose both reliability and safety risks. With events, vegetation contact, and natural decay have rendered many of these poles unable to maintain network integrity, contributing to faults and prolonged outages. 3. Vegetation encroachment and the impact of illegal mining. Power lines have been constantly cleared of vegetation to keep them stable and reliable. This task is difficult even under normal circumstances, particularly in forest areas and during the rainy season. This has severely hampered routine maintenance, fault restoration, and new construction in affected areas. 4. Funding constraints and stalled capital projects. ECG has long had a pipeline of critical infrastructure development, primary substation construction, distribution system reinforcement, and network expansion. These are designed to increase the system's capacity to deliver electricity. However, the vast majority of these projects stalled due to funding constraints. The prolonged investment drought is now manifesting as system overload and as increased frequency of failures. Admittedly, these infrastructure projects stalled in part because of a lack of prioritization in the past. And it goes on and on. 5. Transmission grid voltage challenges. In certain parts of the country, notably the Volta, Oti and Ashanti regions, low voltage challenges originate largely from the national electric transmission grid. The transmission system in the Volta and Oti regions operates a 669 kilovolts and runs from Asiepe through Ho Peve. And so ECG tells us all of the challenges they are facing. Now they tell us about the investments that they are making to restore reliability. And so some of these investments, the investments are categorized. In category 1 is the immediate interventions, and this will last up to 6 months. And this is an injection of 278 million Ghana cedis. These are actions we are implementing right now, the fastest and most direct interventions to stabilize power and improve voltage quality. This is from ECG. And then in category 2 is the short to medium term investment, which is from 6 to 12 months. This next phase of ECG's program will involve more substantial network construction and reinforcement. It will also include the construction of new distribution control transfer links. And so it talks about a lot. ECG has a lot of interventions. But at the end of the day, they want to make some 346 billion Ghana cedi investments at restoring reliability in power supply, where they will prioritize the distribution segment of the power chain. How is it like in your area? I told you when we began how it is in my area, the intermittent power outages. How is it like in your area? Have you been experiencing the power outages? Have you also been experiencing the power outages like others have been complaining? Let us know how it is. Let us know how it is in your neighborhood. Does the power stay for long? Do you have to be worried about when your lights will come on, when they go off, when you are leaving home? Are you worried that your appliances may develop faults because of the intermittent power outages? Let us know. You can call us when we open the phone line 0539161609. But we look forward to speaking with the Ministry of Energy on this matter. The decisions that ECG has taken and fully the power outages that we have been experiencing. Many people are calling on ECG to release a timetable. Let us know when our lights will go off. That way we are able to we are able to pattern our lives around the outages. And so, yes, we'll look forward to speaking with the PRO of the Ministry of Energy. Is Dumso back? Is Dumso back in your area? Is Dumso back where you live, where you work? Let us know. All of these things that ECG has outlined, are they achievable goals? Well, ECG will tell us. But is Dumso back? The light that keep going off and on. Is Dumso back? How do you feel when the lights go off? Do you have a child at home who is unable to stand the heat when the lights go off? How frustrated are you? Do you think that Dumso is back? Well, we will see. We will see. We will see. Very, very interesting. But some people are also complaining about their businesses taking the biggest hits because of this lights out. For many, the lights go out during the day. And during the day is when anybody wants to make money. During the day is when you are working hard. And so if the work you do relies heavily or solely on electricity and the lights go off, it means that for that morning, you can't work. Can you? For that morning, you can't work. Can you? Well, we will see what more we will be discussing on this matter. The Media Relations Officer, Richmond Roxon, for the Energy Ministry, we are still calling him, hoping to establish contact with him so that we can speak with him on this matter. But is Dumso back? Are we living in a period of Dumso? Are we living in a period of no lights? That is one of the situations we are faced with this morning on ABC in the morning, and we'll do well to peruse it to have some understanding on the on this issue of power outages. We're still establishing contact with Richmond Nelson and Richmond Roxon, beg your pardon. We will speak with him soon. Viewers, we'll take a break. When we return from the break, 346 billion Ghana cedi investment program aimed at restoring reliability in power supply. Will that happen? Will that make our lives easier? After the break, we'll discuss it more.
Without rules, a game without passion, an arena without chance. What drives the champions? What fuels the rivalry? What separates the winners from the rest in the world of sports?
Eugene Soti, your chief data guy on the Talking Point. On the African Tracker, I'll break down the performance of your favorite African players abroad, scrutinizing every detail and exploring the nuances and rules governing the game.
Meet us in your area for Area Take as we plug into sports perspective and hear your thoughts on every play of the game.
I'm James Makion, your go-to expert for everything local. I'll review the fixtures from the locker room to the pitch and from the management to the fans. I've got you covered.
Oh la la! Don't miss out on the double excitement. It's a fun pack, pulsating and complete wrap of everything in sports, from boxing to football, tennis, NBA and more. Sports World on ABC as every Wednesday from 7 to 8 p.m. Sports World on ABC. Sports beyond borders.
Playing for your country, easy. Scoring, easy. Winning, easy. You know what be easy now? Kibo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Easy. It gets everything inside. Gary, creamer, sugar, roasted groundnuts. Just add water. Sharp my soakings make ready. Taste and energy. Made easy. I'm a match winner, but the real champion is Kibo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Champion taste.
Also available strawberry, coconut and chocomore. This advert is FDA approved.
Some things never change when it comes to feeding your family. You choose what you trust. For generations, Gino has delivered the same dependable quality every time. Thick, red, rich. Gino truly cares. This advert is FDA approved.
This week's been wild. New releases dropping, artists blowing up, moments going crazy on the timeline. Don't worry, we've got you.
We put the highlights, the date, the event, everything you need to know, and then the real fun starts.
The official top 10 songs running the streets, the airwaves, and your playlists.
If the culture is talking about it, we are counting it down.
This is the rundown.
Playing for your country, easy. Scoring, easy. Winning, easy. You know what be easy now? Kibo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Easy. It gets everything inside. Gary, creamer, sugar, roasted groundnuts. Just add water. Sharp my soakings make ready. Taste and energy. Made easy. I'm a match winner, but the real champion is Kibo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Champion taste.
Also available strawberry, coconut, and chocomore.
This advert is FDA approved.
Playing for your country, easy. Scoring, easy. Winning, easy. You know what be easy now? Kibo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Easy. It gets everything inside. Gary, creamer, sugar, roasted groundnuts. Just add water. Sharp my soakings make ready. Taste and energy. Made easy. I'm a match winner, but the real champion is Kibo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Champion taste.
Also available strawberry, coconut, and chocomore.
This advert is FDA approved. Imagine a sport without rules, a game without passion, an arena without chance. What drives the champions? What fuels the rivalry? What separates the winners from the rest in the world of sports?
Eugene Soti, your chief data guy on the Talking Points. On the African Tracker, I'll break down the performance of your favorite African players abroad, scrutinizing every detail and exploring the nuances and rules governing the game.
Meet us in your area for Area Take as we plug into sports perspective and hear your thoughts on every play of the game.
I'm James Markion, your go-to expert for everything local. I'll review the fixtures from the locker room to the pitch and from the management to the fans. I've got you covered.
Oh la la! Don't miss out on the double excitement. It's a fun pack, pulsating and complete wrap of everything in sports, from boxing to football, tennis, NBA and more. Sports World on ABC as every Wednesday from 7 to 8 p.m. Sports World on ABC. Sports beyond borders.
Welcome back. You're still watching ABC in the morning live here on ABC News GH. We'll still take a look at the outlines by the Electricity Company of Ghana in ensuring that distribution is better for us. ECG has told us what the issues are. Let's speak with the Media Relations Officer for the Energy Ministry, Richmond Roxon Esquire. He joins us. Good morning. Thank you for joining us, Richmond.
Good morning to you, and thank you for the opportunity.
Richmond, is Doomsor back?
Absolutely no. Doomsor largely has to do with our generation capacity. And the data will show that as we speak, we have enough generation to produce the needed power for homes and industry. We recognize as a ministry that largely there's been stability when it comes to our power supply, but there are pockets of areas and those are isolated cases that we've seen those rampant outages in those areas. And largely, the analysis showed that most of the challenges we are seeing is as a result of obsolete equipment, outmoded infrastructure, under capacity of some of this infrastructure. If you look at the way the demand is increasing, if you look at development across certain areas, in the last 5 years alone, we've seen significant development. If you take an area like East Legon Hills, if you're familiar with that area 5 years ago, if you go there today, you'll be shocked at what you see. Today, you're seeing huge apartments, you're seeing big malls in there, you're seeing duplexes, which will mean that demand will have increased. But you cannot increase demand of that nature and then be using obsolete equipment to generate electricity. That, at the end of the day, cause certain problems. It will cause trips, which will result in outages. And so those are the issues that the government is addressing. We are installing over 3,000 transformers across the country. In the southern belt are doing 2,500. In the north, we are doing 500 for the. And so we'll crave the indulgence of the people of Ghana that the specific areas that are having these issues are experiencing these tirelessly as the government with ECG and NEDCO and all power sector players to be able to resolve it once and for all.
Richmond, how long will this installation take?
Because it's a program that has been rolled out, it would be difficult to mention that it will take a day or two because it's a program that we've rolled out. So it will take areas like Adenta, part of Major, Lashibi, those areas just this month we've completed the installation of power transformers. Those are major ones found at the substations. And then we're also doing the distribution transformers. We have a program that between 0 to 3 months is what we call a crash program, as soon as possible to inject all these materials into the system. So we've started rolling it out already, and then we're seeing significant progress in some of the areas. And so I'm sure that in the next few months we should be able to complete this, and then all these outages will be a thing of the past.
Well, Ghanaians are calling for a timetable so that they can schedule, structure their lives around this timetable. Wouldn't it be in the right direction for ECG, for energy suppliers to do that for us so that it makes life better?
Well, when it comes to maintenance, you have planned maintenance and unplanned maintenance. For planned maintenance, you know that this is the work you want to do. You are moving, you need this number of hours. So you put off the lights from, let's say, 8 to 5. That is what we do when it comes to the change of transformer or the upgrade of the transformer. So that is not in doubt. It's something that ECG announces every day. As we are speaking, you can go on ECG's Facebook portal, you can go on their website, you can go on their WhatsApp page, you can go on all their platforms. You see a series of announcements by ECG on that. For unplanned ones, nobody can tell when a transformer will trip. That is unplanned. As you are working now, you're working with machines. Your machine can break down at any time. Or your fuse can blow up, the microphone can just get damaged. Those ones, you don't have control over them. What you can do with those ones is immediately it happens, you take steps to fix it. And so if you request for a timetable for unplanned maintenance or unplanned outages, there's no way we'll be able to provide that because we don't have, in fact, there's no way we can tell that at 2:25 the fuse will blow, or at 2:25 you have what's the name, a vegetation control issue, or at 2:25 you have a vehicle hit one of the poles to get it damaged. Those ones you don't have control, right? Let me state once again that as a government we intend to be as transparent as we can at all times to the people of Ghana. And so if there's a need to shed load, which is something that there's no way it will happen because we came into government with a deficit of 700 megawatts in December 2024. For 12 months, we haven't shedded 1 megawatt of load. And so if there's a need to do that because we have generation deficits, we'll put out a statement and then we'll put that out. But for the outages, there's no way, just like any machine, you and I can predict when it will go off for you to bring a timetable.
Richmond, the problem is when these unplanned ones happen one too many. For a lot of people across, at least Accra, you see some of these things happen at dawn, and it takes about 6 to 12 hours for it to be solved. The next day, it continues again. Very erratic. All of these very unplanned. But
can you give us a specific area where you have light goes off 12 hours?
My area, I have been experiencing that. I live in Ashongman Estate. And
12 hours?
Yes.
You know,
when I was coming to work this morning, when I was leaving home, that was about 6 hours after the lights had been off. The lights were still not on. It will not be the first time we have experienced that for more than 7 hours.
And I'm happy to take your feedback. We don't expect anybody to have outage for 6 hours or even for 2 hours, unless of course we've announced that there's a challenge that you are dealing with it. So I'll reach out to you after the program to get your the details, specifically where it is for us to check. Okay. We don't expect anybody to have outage for 6 hours, 4 hours, 12 hours. I mean, unless we've announced that there's a problem or there's a challenge we are fixing. Right. But that cannot be the case.
Would be glad to offer you all of that. My producer then tells me for areas like La, where we are as ABC News GH, experiencing some outages for 4 hours and over. And so I'm glad to bring it to your attention that there are areas...
for the La areas, yesterday, part of Tishi, in those areas. Last night, it went off a couple of hours because there was a challenge with an underground cable. And then if you check the portal again, you notice the ECG pointed out that there was a challenge in those areas. And so we are working on it. And as I said, that for those areas that we are doing the program, an upgrade or any program, we are now seeing there's a fault, we'll put it out. And if you check ECG's portal on Facebook now, I'm sure that you'll be able to see those publications there on of areas that we tend to maintain or areas that they've had peculiar challenge, and then we are working on to resolve it.
All right, Richmond, we'll be glad to have all of these resolved because it is becoming quite an issue. I know you are quite very active on social media. There are people on social media who are complaining they have lost some equipment at work because of these outages. It's affecting them. It's a lot of loss to their capital and to their investment. That is why many people want to see a timetable just so they can structure their lives.
I don't, like I said, how do you put out a timetable? As you are working, you have a microphone, you have a mixer board. Can you tell whether the next 5 minutes your mixer board will develop a fault?
That we fully appreciate. That we fully appreciate.
And so that's why I mentioned that the times where we are supposed to give you notice that we are doing a maintenance, that is a planned maintenance, we put the information out. And if you go to ECG's portal as we speak, you will see it there that, okay, maybe now ECG just announced on Thursday 23rd, they will take planned maintenance work on the motorway area, Nutri-Foods, Toyota Sales Office, Abattoir, Cocoa House, and surrounding areas. That is planned. But when the outage happens, you don't have control over the outage. So immediately it happens, you send the team to investigate, and then the team will advise on what the challenge is and then fix the problem. That's why we've enhanced the maintenance teams to ensure that those ones immediately happen, you deal with it, because there is no way anybody will be able to tell that the transformer will trip at this time or this challenge will happen at this time, especially when you're expecting consistent flow of electricity. But once it happens, we put it out. For example, if you go to ECG's page as we speak, for example, you will see that they've announced that for, let's say, for an area, there's a feeder, Guinness one feeder. They were now, which is in Kumasi. They were announced that the feeder has a problem, and so they are doing the maintenance. So areas around Aojo, Chuvine, part of Insurance, Royal Park, they have been affected, and that the engineers are working on it. Okay. Those ones we put it out there. There's no way we can put out a load shedding timetable when we are not shedding load.
Well, so then Ghanaians now can be assured that you'll be fixing the issues that happened when
But yeah, it is not now. We've been fixing it every time. That's what we do. Immediately it comes up, it comes to our attention, we fix it. If you go to my Facebook wall today, I can give you one doctor's name. He kept complaining for 3 or 4 days that he hasn't had lights, he's been sleeping, that he only gets 4 hours of supply. I reached out to him myself yesterday. A team went to trace, and then you notice that there was a fault on the line, and that the cable had a challenge with contact. That has been fixed, and he himself, who had been complaining for this, has written on Facebook to acknowledge the feedback. Let me use the opportunity to tell the good people of Ghana that when your lights goes off, don't assume it's load shedding. We are not shedding any load. Reach out to ECG, Customer Service Center, or any of us, and then we'll ensure that the team comes, look at the problem, and get it resolved.
What is the major cause of all of these trippings that we are experiencing?
I've answered that already. That's the first thing I mentioned, that they are obsolete. Over the years, the investment you need in the distribution sector was not done. That is the honest truth. The distribution investment was not done, and so what we are witnessing is years of neglect, aging infrastructure, under investment, and this is what is coming to bite us. If you go to an area like Lashibi, if you know Lashibi very well, look at the population of Lashibi, look at the buildings in Lashibi, look at the factories in Lashibi. You have a transformer that was installed 22 years ago. The area has gone way beyond that, the capacity of that transformer. And so you have trips. You experience outages because of that. And so that's why we have rolled out the transformer upgrade and replacement exercise to deal with all those problems. To make sure that we change the transformer and we upgrade. If you go to an area like Chado, 10 years ago, Chado wasn't a tier 1 residential area. Today, go and look at Chado. Today, Chado is a residential area. I am reliably informed that even if you want to rent, you have to pay in dollars. But after putting up those huge mansions, we haven't been able to do the needed investment to upgrade the system to be able to supply the power as we'd want it. And so if you have a system that is supposed to supply 10 households that uses maybe TV, light, fridge, and fan. And today that same system now has to supply 10 households, 5 of them being 6 or 7 story apartments, all with gadgets. Or you go to even the normal household, today everybody's home, you have air conditioner, you have microwave, washing machine, all those things. What it means is the demand will go up, and it will put pressure on that small capacity transformer that has to supply the area. Until you change it, you have outages, and that's what we are doing.
Well, we are grateful that you have rehashed the reasons for the trippings that have been occurring across the nation.
Did you say it's been occurring?
Yes, it has been occurring, hasn't it?
No, I didn't hear what you said.
I said that we are grateful that you have rehashed the reasons for the tripping.
Oh, you're welcome. And like I said, these are limited to certain specific areas. We've noted them and you are working on them. In fact, I spoke to another media house a while ago, and he said for 2 years his light has never been off. 2 years.
That's
the number of people.
That's good for the media house.
Yes. No, that's what I'm saying. For a number of areas, when you take Greater Accra, for example, a number of areas don't experience those challenges. If you go to Dansoman, largely Dansoman's light has been stable. If you go to an area, if you go to East Legon, you're going to part of airport, you're going to Kanda, you're going to Ring Road, you're going to North Kanishi. All those areas have had stability when it comes to power supply. But we recognize that there's certain areas, and that's why myself, I give an example that if you go to Teman today or Damfa, those areas, the population has grown, demand has gone up, and that those specific areas are experiencing the outages.
Well, it's why earlier I was asking how long it will take for ECG to be able to implement all of the structural changes it wants to make with regards to these.
It's a program. We've rolled out a program on emergency basis, we are injecting the transformers.
All right. Well, we'll keep following to see when the program comes to an end, when the program is able to fix all of the transformers for the better of all Ghanaians, those who experience these trippings day in and day out.
That's fine. Thank you very much.
Thank you for speaking with us this morning. Richmond Roxon is the PRO, the Media Relations Officer for the Ministry of Energy. He tells us that the lights that are going off is not as a result of load shedding. ECG is not shedding load. It is some issues with capacity, distribution capacity based on the load on equipment that ECG uses. And so ECG is rolling out transformers. He's unable to give us a time frame within which they would be able to roll out all of the transformers. But rest assured, we'll keep following this. Well, if you're experiencing any light out in your area, let us know. We'll open the phone lines. You let us know. How long have your lights been going on off? I was quite particularly surprised that he said the lights don't go off for more than 2 hours or even 4 hours. For some of us, that is not the case, and I know that it is so in some areas where your lights have been off for a very extended period of time, or it goes off for maybe 3 hours, it comes on, another 3 hours it is off. And so we'll open the phone lines. You can let us know, and then we'll speak on that. From ECG, we'll be taking a look. We'll turn our attention to Anloga, a very serious situation. Many communities are suffering the very adverse effects of tidal waves. Very adverse effects. People losing their property, and you're scared for life. You're scared for your life. But after this break, we'll turn our attention to Anloga and better appreciate what is happening and what more can be done for them. When these things happen again, then the lights are also affected. After the break, stay with us.
Playing for your country, easy. Scoring, easy. Winning, easy. You know what be easy now? Kibo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Easy. It gets everything inside. Gary, creamer, sugar, roasted granules. Just add water. Sharp my soakings make ready. Taste and energy. Made easy. I'm a match winner, but the real champion is Kibo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Champion taste.
Also available strawberry, coconut, and chocolate.
This advert is FDA approved.
This week's been wild. New releases dropping, artists blowing up, moments going crazy on the timeline. Don't worry, we've got you.
We put the highlights, the dates, the events, everything you need to know, and then the real fun starts.
The official top 10 songs running the streets, the airwaves, and your playlists.
If the culture is talking about it, we are counting it down.
This is the rundown.
Some things never change. Trends come and go, but in your cooking, you still choose a tomato mix you trust. Because real quality never changes. Thick, red, rich. Gino truly cares. This advert is FDA approved.
Imagine a sport without rules, a game without passion, an arena without chance. What drives the champions? What fuels the rivalry? What separates the winners from the rest in the world of sports?
Eugene Soti, your chief data guy on the talking point. On the African Tracker, I'll break down the performance of your favorite African players abroad, scrutinizing every detail and exploring the nuances and rules governing the game.
Meet us in your area for Area Take as we plug into sports perspective and hear your thoughts on every play of the game.
I'm James Makion, your go-to expert for everything local. I'll review the fixtures From the locker room to the pitch and from the management to the fans, I've got you covered.
Oh la la! Don't miss out on the double excitement. It's a fun pack, pulsating and complete wrap of everything in sports, from boxing to football, tennis, NBA and more. Sports World on ABC airs every Wednesday from 7 to 8 p.m. Sports World on ABC. Sports beyond borders.
Playing for your country, easy. Scoring, easy. Winning, easy. You know what be easy now? Kibo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Easy. It gets everything inside. Gary, creamer, sugar, roasted groundnuts. Just add water. Sharp my soakings make ready. Taste and energy. Made easy. I'm a match winner, but the real champion is Kibo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Champion taste.
Also available strawberry, coconut, and chocomore. This advert is FDA approved.
Welcome back. We turn our attention to Angogan, where some communities have been washed away because of the effects of tidal waves. Very worrying situation for those who have family there, for the families that live there. This is a worrying situation. Over 100 communities affected by this situation. Tidal waves. This is worrying. It is a very serious situation. It seems we're becoming too used to it. Every year we have conversations about tidal waves. Every year we hear that the waves have washed beyond the boundaries. Let's have some conversation. Solomon Ahiadle is a local reporter at Anlogan. He joins us. Good morning, Solomon. Thank you for your time.
Good morning.
Solomon, paint a picture for us what the situation is at this point.
All right, so residents within Fuveme, within the Anlogan district of the Volta region, are in a devastating situation as far as the breaking of the sea into the Volta Lake is concerned. Over the weekend, we had the information that the sea has broken into the Volta Lake, rendering a number of people homeless within the area. And we visited the area together with the DCE and the Volta Regional Minister, including other state institutions. The security councils were there together with NADMO,
to ascertain what exactly the situation is on the ground. And we've seen for ourselves that indeed the sea has washed away majority of the communities, and as we speak, 3 communities have been washed away by the tidal wave, rendering these people homeless. Some have had to relocate to Atitati, the Electra area in which this situation is happening, so that they can be saved from this situation. And some of them too have been relocated to other adjoining communities in the district. Trying to speak with the authorities as far as the situation is concerned, the DC, Honorable Sandra Seram Pedo, mentioned that over the years, this situation has been there. They've been appealing to authorities to ensure that they solve this situation by constructing the sea defense project so that these lives can be protected. But it looks like governments have not been able to address this concern. When you look at the Fuveme area, it is closer to Ada in the greater Accra region. And community members mentioned that the construction of the sea defense at Ada is now affecting them because they used to be at the higher level of Ada, which means that anytime the sea tries to develop any situation, they are protected. But after the construction of the sea defense project at Ada, they are now below Ada instead of them being at the same level so that they can also be protected. They are now below Ada. So anytime there is this tidal wave, they are affected more.
Solomon,
so right now,
Solomon, let me hold you for just a moment. Since you talk about the community members and their comments, let's listen to them. We'll come back and then continue the conversation. Please stay.
Yes, the new settlement. Yes. The new Fubama. Okay. If I never have to cut you for life, man.
If you are getting one of our about what I feel, if you are going to go back,
Well, so these are some affected residents. I still have with me Solomon Ahiable. Solomon, can you please translate this for all of our understanding what these residents were talking about?
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, they are basically talking about how the situation is affecting them and how they used to be at the high level compared to where they are now together with Ada. Because I mentioned earlier, they said they used to be higher than, that is the land level is a bit higher than that of Ada. But after the construction of the sea defense project at Ada, they are now below Ada, which means that anytime there is a tidal wave, they are affected because the water runs through to their communities, which is affecting them. So what they are expecting government to do now is that they should construct and then ensure they block the water level that they have now, so that these communities along the coastal area can be protected, because anytime the tidal wave comes, it affects them. And if care is not taken, as at how the situation is now, majority of communities within the Anglagan leading to Afiadanyiba, leading to Atiteti, all of them will be flooded.
This is a worrying situation. Since this occurred, have any relief been provided to them?
Yeah, earlier they have been given relief items, and this current situation now, the Volta regional minister has asked the NADMO director of the region, Mr. Pascal Agbagba, to ensure that they provide the people with relief items. We are expecting, Mr. Agbagba also mentioned that the National Disaster Management from the head office will be visiting the community to see what happened for themselves. Then from there, they will take the necessary actions. But the regional minister made a promise that he will feed the president with information and whatever he came to see on the ground, and president will take an action on what they will do next.
Solomon, do we have a number? Can we put a figure to the number of people who have been affected by this tidal wave?
According to the assembly member of the area, he mentioned over 2,000 people are located in these three communities that have been affected earlier, and majority of them have been relocated to other adjoining communities within the Keta district and that of Anglagan district. So as at now, the total figure for now we don't have, but according to the assembly member for the area, he mentioned over 2,000 people live within the communities.
What about children? At this point, how affected are the children in the area?
For now, because of the situation, children are really affected when it comes to their education, because education is now hot. There is nowhere to go to school unless you travel all the way from Fubeme to Keta or any other community that you can locate a school there. So for the children, parents are managing everything to make it possible for them to also live. But when it comes to what exactly to be done for them, is yet to be given.
This situation about tidal waves is not new to many people living along the coast in the Volta region. Keta has had its own fair share of waves and how it has rocked communities. With the sea defense, it has eased the pressure on Keta. It's such that authorities within the area, local assemblies, are not really placing a lot of emphasis on communities along the coast to ensure their safety.
Authorities are trying their best. Successive governments, according to residents and the DC for the area, have not helped them, and they could see the efforts the current government is putting in to ensure that these situations are resolved once and for all. Let me take you back to last year where President John Dramani Mahama came to Agaveji to catch sword for the construction of the sea defense project after the heavy tidal wave affected many residents within the area.
Okay. Well, Solomon, thank you. We hope that you're able to bring us some more information from Uveme and the situation that is there. Thank you so much, Solomon. We look forward to coming back.
Sure, thank you so much. But to conclude on what I was saying about President John Dramani Mahama cutting sword, Regional Minister mentioned that the sea defense project that is ongoing within the Katu South municipality of the Volta region is at 30% complete, which means that efforts are being put in place. All we are expecting from the government now is to ensure that the people of Uveme within the Angloga district are also responded to so that their situation will be solved. But we'll keep our listeners and viewers updated subsequently.
All right. Solomon, thank you so much for joining us. Solomon Lahiagle is a local reporter in the area. Tidal waves that have hit the community of Uveme, they are their most hits in all of this. Some 2,000 people have been displaced because of these tidal waves. Obviously, education will ground to a halt. We even understand that at this point, a lot of schools are on a break, and so many of them have not returned. It is within the week that students, pupils will be returning to school. But for those in the area, unless something is done, it may be difficult for them to return to their studies, and it is a big issue. We won't speak with the Volta Regional Minister on this matter. We're trying to establish contact with him so that we can appreciate what he is doing on this matter. The people of Uveme say that it is because of the sea defense that has been mounted in the Adan area that they are suffering this misfortune. They say the sea defense has turned the tides out of their favor. So now the tides are rather in the favor of the people of Adan, whereas they are now suffering the brunt of it. They are suffering the brunt of it. Well, we'll speak with the minister, appreciate what is being done for the people at this point. We don't want this to be the story every year. Every year it is the story that communities have been affected, have been displaced because of rising sea levels, because the sea pushed boundaries, and communities have to suffer for it. Well, the Volta Regional Minister joins us on the line, Honorable James Gunu. Good morning, sir. Thank you for your time.
Good morning, and thank you very much for the opportunity.
Well, first off, we send our hearts to the people of Uveme and its environs for this situation they are faced with. As Minister, sir, what are we doing to them? This situation, over 2,000 displaced residents because of tidal waves.
Thank you very much for the opportunity once again. Let me, on behalf of government, express our sympathy to thousands of people who are displaced currently as a result of the tidal waves in Uveme and its environment. This issue has been with the community for some time now, and along the coast, we know last year and year before last year, for instance, the people of Agaveji, Asalakope, Amuchinu, and its environment face a similar situation, and His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama on the 6th of March 2025 visited the community and made a promise that his government will construct the sea defense, that's the Brekusu Phase 2 sea defense project. And as we speak, The contractors are currently on site working among the group of companies. They are constructing 8-kilometer long sea defense project in the area to cover or protect the coast. Then at the back here where we have the Fuveme, we are faced with a similar challenges. On Sunday, I led the Regional Security Council to the community. We saw the devastation caused by the tidal wave, and I've accordingly reported to the president about the development. The first step we are taking is to ensure the safety of the people. They have also lost their livelihood. We are mobilizing some relief items to be given to the people while we block the sea from causing further devastation. We also are aware of the West African Coastal Area Resilience Investment Program, which is a World Bank and its partners program to protect the coast. In fact, this Waka project is one project that is focused on the coastal erosion and flooding, and then also climate change impact on the coastal communities, sustainable management of the coastal ecosystem, and also strengthening infrastructure and livelihood along our coast. That is another program which is going to take care of the rest of the coastal belt. So we have a temporary situation, measures that we're going to take, and then also the permanent solution is to adopt these strategies by government and its partners, including the World Bank, to make sure that the communities along the coast are protected from this kind of devastation. So once again, government is concerned about the development, and we are taking the necessary steps to ensure that the people are safe.
The people of Ubeme say that the sea defense that has been constructed along the Adan area is what has affected them, because it has rather placed them in a disadvantageous situation.
Actually, I do not have any technical expertise to agree to that particular assertion. However, it is becoming obvious that the West African countries have realized that you cannot protect one part of the coast, leaving others. The other areas that will remain unprotected will become more vulnerable. So that is why this program is being introduced by the World Bank to protect the entire coastal belt of the West African sub-region. So Benin, Togo, Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, they are all benefiting from this particular program. And government, as I indicated, we did a phase 1 of the Blekusu Sea Defense Project before we left office in 2016. And since that time, for 8 years, there was no other sea defense project that was constructed. Before the Brekusu Phase 1, we had done the Aklo Toko area under President Mills, President Rawlings to President Mills's time. This particular one was done, and then President Mahama came and continued with the Phase 1 of the Brekusu Sea Defense. Today, we are doing the Phase 2 of that project, and beyond the Phase 2, there is another program that I just mentioned to you, which is also going to take care of the other part of the coastal belt. So it's work in progress.
What are the interim relief that you're giving to these residents that have been displaced? Children especially would be reopening school sometime this week. Today is Tuesday, and so by Thursday, many children or pupils should be in school. What are the measures put in place to ensure that they still have their education and the other community members also are supported?
Yeah, thank you very much. For the children and their parents, you know, they've lost their livelihoods. So we are going to provide some food items and toiletries to the community, and then for the children, we will also make sure that their academic work is not affected by this development. The schools are there for them to attend.
Which schools are there for them to attend, sir? Because
the basic school in the area, I visited the community on Sunday. I was there with the district chief executive, you know, so it's not like we do not have any school facility in the community that I visited.
Okay, and so we can be assured that the education will continue unabated.
Exactly.
Well, for the parents that have also been affected, the other community members who would have to start from the very beginning, what are the means available for them to absorb the shock that they're experiencing?
Definitely, it's not something that we are taking lightly. Everything that we need to do as governments to ensure that one, they are safe, they are protected. We have started and we will continue to do that as indicated earlier, so that the people can find a decent life to live. Psychologically, many of them are traumatized, but we went there and gave them the assurance, and as we speak, we are taking all the necessary steps to ensure we get them at least food items to live on, and also make sure that the children's education are not affected by this development. So we have done it before, we are doing it, and will continue to do it until a permanent solution is found to this particular devastation.
Do we have a time frame within which we are looking at this permanent solution to be found?
The permanent solution is a process. As I indicated, we are constructing the sea defense. The sea defense is a permanent solution.
Right.
The permanent solution is to protect the coast from further devastation that we are doing. You understand?
Right.
I've told you that a work has been awarded to a contractor, Amandi Group of Company. I have visited that site on 2 occasions. The first one, I went there with members of the Regional House of Chiefs, a Council of State member for the region. I've been there with religious leaders. We went and inspected that project. We also visited that place in November last year with our members of parliament, the MPs caucus from the Volta region. The work is 30% complete as we speak. That is the speed defense project.
Yes. And so
you understand?
Yes, sir.
And there is another project, World Bank project, known as WACA. That is West Africa Coastal Resilience Investment Program. West Africa Coastal Area Resilience Investment Program, which is also coming to take care of the other section of the coastal belt.
Mm-hmm. Well, so for the sea defense work that is 30% complete at this point, has the contractor given any indication when the rest of the 70 can end, so that would be completed, so that we have something to look forward to?
The contract is a 4-year contract, and less than a year, the contractor has done 30%.
Okay.
That is commendable. So, and they have not abandoned site. They are currently on site.
All right. Well, since they are 30% into the work and are still on site, we also will be looking forward to seeing when they complete and bring relief to the people of the Volta region, especially those who live along the
And after fact, the 8 years of the MPP, if they had done what we are doing today, we wouldn't have been where we are. These are some of the things the media should also be concerned about and appreciate the effort President Mahama's government is putting into protecting the coastal belt.
All right.
Do you remember that Napo said if the MPP, included the Keta Sea Defense Project in their national budget, he was going to organize a demonstration in Kumasi against the MPP government, and nobody questioned that. Only for him to be, rewarded with a running mate position.
Well, sir, we thank you. We are grateful that work is ongoing, 30% done at the moment. This is some relief to all of us as a people, especially those in the Volta region along the coast, and looking forward to the 70% completion in addition.
You're most welcome.
All right. Honorable James Guno is the Volta Regional Minister. He brings us updates on what is being done along the coast in the Volta region to cushion the people against all of these occurrences, these natural occurrences. At this point, the people of Uveme have been greatly affected. Over 2,000 people displaced because of tidal waves. So our hearts to them. We pray that you get all the relief you need, and we pray that you're able to get back onto your feet and go about your daily duties. Well, these are concerns, really huge concerns. When we open the phone lines, if you're someone who lives in the area, we'll look forward to speaking with you on that. You can call and share your thoughts with us. If you've been affected, a family member has been affected, we'll look forward to hearing from you. But just look at the devastation. It's scary. Very, very scary situation, and our hearts to them, really our hearts to them. Like I said, when I open the phone lines, I look forward to speaking with you, but I will be taking a break at this point. When I return, I have something new for you. There's a new program here on ABC News GH. I will present it to you, introduce it to you, and I can assure you that you do not want to miss out on it at all. It is called The Game Time. Stay with us.
Playing for your country, easy. Scoring, easy. Winning, easy. You know what be easy now? Kibo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Aye easy. It gets everything inside. Gary, creamer, sugar, roasted groundnuts. Just add water. Sharp my soakings make ready. Taste and energy. Made easy. I'm a match winner, but the real champion is Kibo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Champion taste.
Also available strawberry, coconut, and chocomore. This advert is FDA approved.
Imagine a sport without rules, a game without passion, an arena without chance. What drives the champions? What fuels the rivalry? What separates the winners from the rest in the world of sports?
Eugene Soti, your chief data guy on the talking point. On the African Tracker, I'll break down the performance of your favorite African players abroad, scrutinizing every detail and exploring the nuances and rules governing the game.
Meet us in your area for Area Take as we plug into sports perspective and hear your thoughts on every play of the game.
I'm James Markion, your go-to expert for everything local. I'll review the fixtures from the locker room to the pitch and from the management to the fans. I've got you covered.
Oh la la! Don't miss out on the double excitement. It's a fun pack, pulsating and complete wrap of everything in sports, from boxing to football, tennis, NBA and more. Sports World on ABC as every Wednesday from 7 to 8 p.m. Sports World on ABC. Sports beyond borders.
Some things never change. Trends come and go, but in your cooking, you still choose the tomato mix you trust. Because real quality never changes. Thick, red, rich. Gino truly cares. This advert is FDA approved.
back, ABC in the morning live here on ABC News GH. There's a new program on the block, a new sheriff in town. The Game Time, hosted by Nana Kweku Jan and Dennis Osejemfi. I have Nana Kweku with me here, and we'll go through what the Game Time is. As for ABC is known for very interesting sports shows. Very, very interesting sports shows. Game Time joins the very large array of sports shows we have. Nana Kweku, you're welcome.
Thank you, my dear.
Yesterday, I watched part of the Game Time. I also went on social media and I saw some of your agenda you were doing with Santos' video.
Okay, Asamaba.
Asamaba was very interesting. Tell us about the Game Time.
Okay, thank you very much for this opportunity. And for the Game Time, we are just coming in so different from the other sports that we used to listen. We are not soft, but we are very hard guys. And we are in to propagate the good news. Yes. And what somebody or a particular, maybe a presenter will take him like, let's say 2 years to say, we can use like 30 seconds to just
say it.
Okay. And we are here to say the truth.
Okay, so Game Time is about being plain.
Yeah. If I may say, we are not here to pamper anybody, but we will put it in a better perspective whereby devoid of insult and all those, but the issue will be said. Okay. We are tackling issues.
Okay.
Yes, that's it.
What kind of issues are we tackling? National sports issues?
Yeah, definitely. With the sporting fraternity, we have a lot of issues. And for instance, yesterday, our first issue we put on board was solved. We asked about the new coach that the GFA has signed, Carlos Quiros. We've signed the coach and it's been like a week. We've not seen the coach. We don't know what he's worried about. And as soon as we talked about it yesterday on the show, we saw a communique going around that Carlos Quiros will be unveiled on Thursday 1 a.m. at Alisa Hotel. So meaning we've gotten our first results. Yes, which is a remarkable one, because looking at we sat down and realized that okay, if you appoint somebody to be the coach of your national team, already it's time. We have limited time, less than 2 months to go to the World Cup. This coach, though he has coached in Africa and he has coached in Europe, he is now the coach of Oman. Oman is not the same as Ghana. The type of talent we have in abundance is not the same as what is in Oman. So he needs to calm down, start working, let us experience or feel what he has for us. So if we would sign a coach and he's nowhere to be found, then so we yesterday, for instance, we told Ghanaians, we told the GFA, we want to see the new coach, unveil him, let him start working, because we don't have time. Okay. It is our taxpayers' money that we are using to pay him. So if he's going to be paid from our taxpayers' money, why then must he be sitting somewhere enjoying? He has to start working, because we have a lot of issues. We have issues when it comes to our goalkeeping department. We have issues when it comes to the defensive setup. We have even issues with our midfield. They said Ghana, we produce a lot of midfielders, good midfielders. But this time around, we're having issues when it comes to the midfield. For the attacking road here, I won't say anything about it. It is not good. The coaches, we've seen coaches, and we've seen what we have, the players that we have, but they are not playing to the strength of our players. We have Semenyo, who is playing the English Premier League, changed club from Bournemouth to Manchester City, and week out he is playing and scoring goals. But when he comes to the national team, he plays shambolic. He is bizarre.
So today we are having our own Game Time here.
Yes, we're having our own Game Time.
Also, then let's take a look at Game Time in its entirety. When I tune in on Monday to watch Game Time, what am I looking forward to seeing? Is it just Ghana sport issues? Is it just football? What?
No, not at all. It's not football. It's not going to be all about football. It's about Ghana sports.
Okay. So the Ghanaian
thing.
Okay.
Definitely we'll add the foreign bit to it. You talk about the Real Madrid, the Chelsea's and what have you, but we are concentrating here. Sabi, if you say a friend say a number say a profitability. Into you feel we'll try and make it happen and make sure things are done right. Yeah, we are here to make things done right. I'm telling you for a fact that we've gotten our first results. You see the subsequent ones. Yes.
And I see you do most of the hosting, the communication in Chi.
Yeah, I do most in Chi, but Dennis is a versatile guy.
Okay, so then we're going to have both the local languages and
mix. That is where we'll draw more attention. You know, ABCGH, News GH is more of an English speaking station, but Game Time is blending, giving us a blend of the English and the Tree, so that we'll get more people, or they will get to understand us. They get to feel what we are saying. Yes, because if it is there, if you are feeling what I'm saying, you understand me from your homes. And as soon as we start to talk, as soon as we start to give them the information, you realize that they listen. Yesterday, for instance, we opened up our phone calls and we had almost about, the phone was just buzzing, more than 20 calls, and everybody's talking about Ghana football. Because there are a lot of, let me put it, there are a lot of rot. The corruption is too much.
In the football sector?
Yeah, everywhere. Management trying to poke their noses into coaches' selections and all those and all. It's not nice. Allow the coach to work. When the coach works and it is not up to task, you can sack him, because coaches are hired to be fired. Yes,
they are
hired to be fired. So once you are hiring him, it is in his head, or back at the back of his head, that definitely when things go wrong, he's going to be fired. So you allow him to do his job. When we see it is not going well, we sack him. For instance, this particular coach, we are not signing him for long. This is a short-term signage, which is only 4 months. After the World Cup, we will see his performance and upgrade or renew his contract. So if you sign a coach whereby he only signed for 4 months and he's sitting somewhere until we started talking, before he said Thursday you are unveiling him, you see, check. You get it? We need the coach to come tell us, okay, right now which are the players he's taking to the World Cup. For instance, if the press conference is going on, it's so unfortunate that by that time we'll be on air, so we can't be at the premises. But I know we have able men that will be there at the premises to ask certain questions for us, because the coach, which set of players would he want to work with? Because there are some factions. Some are saying we should bring back the DIU. Some are saying the DIU is older, we don't need him. Some are saying that we need a local goalkeeper, that is in Benjamin Asare. Some says we should go elsewhere to go and bring Joseph Odro from Netherlands, Isaac Akma. So there are a whole lot of debates. Some people are saying Inaki Williams should lead the attack or put him at the right hand. So the coach needs to come and tell us his philosophy, the players in which he wishes to work with.
So it means that since we are gearing towards the World Cup,
would
see Game Time focus a lot on our journey to the World Cup.
Definitely, because we need the Black Stars to give us a better performance at this particular World Cup. You know, it's been on and off since 2010. Let's say 2006 we did well. That was our first time. 2010 we did extremely well. Go to the quarterfinals, and from there we've not even qualified from the group stage. You can remember 2018 World Cup, Russia 2018 World Cup. We couldn't even qualify to the tournament. So if we've qualified to this particular tournament, we should improve upon what we've done. At least this is where we need a technical team to help us grow the Ghana national team. So if there were other coaches, but this is what the Ghana Football Association and the Ministry of Youth and Sports settled on. So if he is coming in, he should really have to come and prove some of us wrong.
Okay. Who are the kind of guests we will be expecting on Game Time?
Oh, top-notch coaches, expect proper ones. You see, we are going to deal with the top-notch guys, A1, and you've heard it even yesterday or the previous time. You've spoken to elite coaches, yeah, and you see when they come and they pour out what they have, their grievances, you could feel it. Yeah, yesterday we spoke to Ampem Dakoe's coach. They've won the women's Malta Guinness Women's Premier League. We spoke to him and he gave us his promise that they are going to do well in the WAFU. Then make sure they go to the Africa proper and also conquer Africa as well. Because Ghana football, we could see the progress from the women's side. Recently, the Black Decimals went to Zimbabwe to win the trophy, the tournament, and it is very good. It's very impressive. If you have your under 15 winning, meaning the youth ranks would enjoy. They will get proper players in transition to the Black Queens, and it's going to help. But when it comes to the male side, we have issues. We have a crop of players to play a particular tournament. Then the next moment, they disassemble the team, then they go somewhere, then later when then they bring you straight to the Black Stars. When it happens like that, you don't get proper transition to the Black Stars. And you see, some players come to the Black Stars and fumble, and it's not nice. We need to make sure all these things are done. So kudos to the Black Decimals. They made us proud when they went to Zimbabwe, and they've won it back to back. They won it here at Accra, that is the Legon Park, and at the same time going to defend it. So that tells you that women football from the grassroots, we are doing well. What about the men?
What about the men? Well, for game time, what time are we watching it? What time should we tune in towards game time?
Game time will be on Mondays to Fridays. But Fridays will be in the evening. Okay. That will be 8 to 10. But for Monday to Thursday, there's a 12:30 to 2:30 2-hour program.
Okay.
Every day.
In the afternoon.
In the afternoon. Then see, we are trying to put up and put the fire so that Ghanaians would realize some nitty-gritties, basics, and the information that they need. Because we need to make sure that most of the public are informed. Well, the education must go down. It must be accurate. You should get it. No sensationalism here. No, and trying to no. We tell you the truth. If you are the GFA president, whereby you are not doing your things well, no insult. We just tell you, these are the rudiments. These are the methods. These are what you are supposed to do for us. And we want results. That's all.
And that's what we are looking for, results. Monday to Thursday, 12:30 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Game time with Dennis Osei Jemfi and Nana Kweku Jan. And Fridays, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. So it means that our evenings on Fridays.
Fire.
On ABC News GH.
Fire. Fire. And you see, every day we have something new.
Okay.
Yesterday was nicer. Today we have something different for them, and they will feel us. We are not, I won't say we are bragging, but we know what we have. We know what we can do. ABC News GH, we are on top. Yesterday, after the show, we had calls. Even when they were doing playbacks, you can ask Prince. The lot of calls that came in, the phone lines are not on. Ghanaians wants to know. They want the information. Because things are not right. Why then do you, as I said again, why then do you sign a coach and wait till when to unveil the coach? Meaning you are not serious. You're not serious. This is a government project, particularly this particular World Cup is a government project. For government to sit down and call all corporate entity to donate to the Black Stars, it should tell you how important that assignment is. Then you sack a coach, it takes you a while to get a new coach, and the new coach is somewhere. So it is good that they listen to us. It is good that they are unveiling the coach on Thursday, and that is a good news.
That is good news. Well, Nakweku, thank you so much for coming in. We now know when to watch game time: 12:30 to 2:30, Mondays to Thursdays, 8 to 10 p.m. on Fridays. You don't want to put your network, your station anywhere. Tune your TV to ABC News GH.
There's one thing too I want to tell viewers. This I want to put it in tree.
Please go ahead.
Your Chiska, what I say? Oh, your Chiska, what I say? A bit preneurs, no original phone. Aha, your bar, ubenya 2 to 3 odds, 5 odds, near the amount. Umia wenina say, oh, ya by Friday, we'll see them 10,000 Ghana cedis. Yeah, and he said, "Oh, shy, yes, I'll be showing Kebe Samos, Kebe Mobibi, and a shoko to come. What does he be Mobibi? More Philly. Ah, and you better trust and you go in your video. And you say, yeah, you be more sports in your manner, if in him, www. We will educate, do everything, but we will still try and at least put some small money in your pocket if you're a betpreneur. They will give you tips of how to bet and how not to bet and all those things.
Okay, Princess is an investor, so he's
investors are
much interested in this.
Yeah, and he I think yesterday he won one. Yesterday the odds we put out, he sticked and he won. So this afternoon we have something nice for them. They should just relax and wait for us.
Okay, well then they'll all be relaxing and waiting for you on game time, 12:30 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Spend 2 hours of every day in the afternoon to enjoy all that game time has for you, and on Friday 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. enjoy what game time has for you. Now, thank you so much. We look forward to tuning in at 12:30 p.m. today to enjoy all that will be on the network. After this break, I'll be opening the phone lines. You call and share your thoughts with us. 053-916-1609 053-916-1609. Stay with us.
Playing for your country, enye easy. Scoring, enye easy. Winning, enye easy. You know what be easy now? Kibo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Aye easy. It gets everything inside. Gary, creamer, sugar, roasted groundnuts. Just add water. Sharp my soakings make ready. Taste and energy. Made easy. I'm a match winner, but the real champion is Kibo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Champion taste.
Also available strawberry, coconut, and chocolate. This advert is FDA approved.
This week's been wild. New releases dropping, artists blowing up, moments going crazy on the timeline. Don't worry, we've got you.
We pull the highlights, the dates, the event, everything you need to know, and then the real fun starts.
The official top 10 songs running the streets, the airwaves, and your playlists.
If the culture is talking about it, we are counting it down.
This is the rundown.
Imagine a sport without rules, a game without passion, an arena without chance. What drives the champions? What fuels the rivalry? What separates the winners from the rest in the world of sports?
Eugene Soti, your chief data guy on the talking point. On the African Tracker, I'll break down the performance of your favorite African players abroad, scrutinizing every detail and exploring the nuances and rules governing the game.
Meet us in your area for Area Take as we plug into sports perspective and hear your thoughts on every play of the game.
I'm James Markion, your go-to expert for everything local. I'll review the fixtures from the locker room to the pitch and from the management to the fans. I've got you covered.
Oh la la! Don't miss out on the double excitement. It's a fun pack, pulsating and complete wrap of everything in sports, from boxing to football, tennis, NBA and more. Sports World on ABC as every Wednesday from 7 to 8 p.m. Sports World on ABC. Sports beyond borders.
Some things never change. Trends come and go, but in your cooking, you still choose a tomato mix you trust. Because real quality never changes. Thick, red, rich. Kino truly cares. This advert is FDA approved.
thank you for staying with us. It's now time to hear from you. It's your voice that matters and your voice alone we want to hear. 053-916-1609. 053-916-1609. Call us and share your thoughts with us on the conversations we've been having. ECG says that it is investing 346 billion Ghana cedis aimed at restoring reliability in power distribution power chain. The Ministry of Energy says that there is no load shedding. If your lights are not on, it is because of some tripping, 1 or 2 inefficiencies within the distribution line, and so rest assured that it will be solved. 053-916-1609. Share your thoughts. Share your thoughts with us. Share your thoughts with us. Teacher Kujo Tepenyinesusu says the task ahead of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and the NPP is bigger than we may think. This is the time for us to be sober and united in our thinking on how to redeem the economy. The current president doesn't understand the measures that were put in place in the latter part of 2023. Greetings to Honorable Eric Nanajiman Prempe, MP for Hafo Anon North, and Asanteman Koka, JFK Nanabi, and Mr. Osu Bempa, so constituency chairman hopeful. Okay, Teacher Kujo, thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. We are grateful for your thoughts. Call us and let's hear from you. Anloga tidal waves, the crisis, the issues that the people living along the coast are facing. The minister for the regional minister for the Volta region tells us that work is ongoing. The sea defense project by government is 30% done and work is steadily ongoing, and so the people of the Volta region, those who live along the coast, should be assured that it will be a thing of the past very, very soon. Be assured that it will be a thing of the past very, very soon. Call and let's hear what you have to say. Share your thoughts with us. 053-916-1609. 053-916-1609. On the conversations we've been having, share your thoughts with us. Let us appreciate what you make of the discussions we have had today. 053-916-1609. 053-916-1609. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Oh, I've lost the caller. Please call back. Let me hear what you also have to say on the conversations we're having. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, my sister. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you too? What's your name and
I'm
where are you
also
calling
doing
from?
fine. I'm Ebenezer from Tema.
Ebenezer, good to hear from you. Please share your thoughts.
Yeah, you asked a very good question. Is Dumso back? Yes, Dumso is back. It's all over the country. Yeah, I live in Tema precisely. No, so that you can check. I live in community 18. Every night for some time now, every night the light will go off. 9, 10 in the night the light will go off, and only God knows when the light will come. And during the day, it is serious. It goes and comes. It goes and comes. I thought we were told we should pay 1 cedi on every liter of petrol, and this doing something is going to solve. You see, this kind of people, you see, when you talk, they say you are doing politics, you are an MPP person. They are full of lies. You see, they are full of lies. They are quick to find excuses. The truth, they don't want to speak the truth. Full of lies. They came to power with lies, and they are ruling the country with lies. And very soon, it will soon catch up with them, and they will realize what is happening. And talking about this water region and tidal wave, it is NDC. That's why you see them like that. If were to be another government, you see them demonstrating the whole place, putting pressure on the government. You see how quiet they are because their government is on power. That is how politics is destroying is driving the country back. So I think that it's sickening. Yeah, Minister, thank you.
All right, Ebenezer, thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. Ebenezer from Tema and his thoughts on the conversation. Let's hear from you to 053-916-1609. 053-916-1609. Call us and share your thoughts with us. ECG says that it is putting some money into an investment program aimed at restoring reliability in power supply. The Energy Ministry tells us that there is no load shedding. What we're experiencing are some trippings that are occurring across the country because of the excess load on the various transformers. And so they're all about the country. Transformers, they are fitting new transformers to make life easier, make life better for Ghanaians. Share your thoughts with us on that. And Logan, tidal waves, the minister says that work is in progress to make life easier for the people who live along the coast. 053-916-1609. 053-916-1609. Share your thoughts with us. Let us hear you. I'd love so much to hear what you have to say. 053-916-1609. 053-916-1609. 053-916-1609. Share your thoughts with us. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Sabina.
Ilyasu, how are you?
Yeah, fine. Sabina, Pacho, and you find the train to Mangat and Pacho, I feel I'm sorry now. Conversation day now.
Yes, when you're discussing about ECG say they are investing 346 billion Ghana cedis into an investment program aimed at restoring reliability in power supply. Almost the transformers across the nation to ease the pressures on the existing ones and make sure that our lights are on. ECG says there's no load shedding at this point. And log on to the tidal waves that have rocked the area. Over 2,000 people displaced. The Volta Regional Minister says that work is ongoing to ensure that there are sea defense to shield the people.
Okay.
Yes, Elias.
Defense, no. Now, all that I know from Royal's time, Kufona Ekoye sea defense. Kufona Ekoye sea defense. But the Nippon Tawa on Pew, yes, I could such that for myself, you may cry. A young feather. So, and second, Patrol Mobile Power Musu, Yentia Blue so lady one city. Now, yes, I never so blue. You see, your friends and Kofu Yankafanga, you say, for one night, Yankupon exposed, Yankupo is blue moto, the Kokwan Kwan fast of the back of a year, Chesan or man, Wadam, from my Bogana, a year, and Yankupo all say, nothing good comes easy. Bibia de Bawa could be a Papabiano Massa, in her MPP in Swan, Kagana for. Only in Sesana MPP of Obatanta. In the headmasters, if they are not two, and never trust. I'm telling you, say every day, they are calculated 10 days, a day they are 46. One they are sending, a day they are 46. Waging 400 Ghana, 10 days, waging 400 Ghana, 10 days. Because they are not Calamity and Mopo. About Papa or about Chema COVID by it. Among 40 teacher 40 or 12 beer cat. Massa, what's wrong with our baby cigar?
All right. Ilyasu, thank you. Thank you for calling and sharing your thoughts with us. That is Ilyasu with his comments. Well, let me wrap up. It's it's time. My time is fast spent, and I want to thank you for joining me today. Thank you to Richmond Roxon Esquire, spokesperson for the Ministry of Energy, beg your pardon, Solomon Ahiadle, local reporter at Anloga, and Honorable James Gunu, the Volta Regional Minister, for speaking with us today. I'm most grateful to you, my viewers and my callers. There's no ABC in the morning without you. Thank you so much. For more news, visit our website www.abcnewsgh.com. Also interact with us via our socials at abcnewsgh_. I wish you the very best of your Tuesday. I'd remind you to keep your hopes alive, keep your head up, and do not relent in your pursuit of happiness. Whatever you seek to achieve, they are within your reach, and you will be able to achieve them. Thank you to the production and technical team for putting together